Archer has scored the first basket of the night. What a snowstorm has rolled into Syracuse in the last 3 or 4 hours, as much as 15 inches expected. Felipe Lopez, the first to get here for St. John's. They were more than an hour and a quarter late. Fran Fraschilla came separately. They were pulling him off the bus, putting him in cars. Whoever could get to the Dome was lucky enough to drive St. John's personnel here. Felipe Lopez, the first out to warm up. He's had a very good season for St. John's here in his senior year. They pushed the start of this game back about half an hour. The referees just showed up, and only 2 of them at that, so they're going to play a little bit short here tonight, but they will play. Dan Schulman and Bill Raftery. Fortunately, we had a 5:30 meeting here. Otherwise, we might not have made it. What does this do to both teams, this delay?
Most of these teams have shoveled snow all their lives to go play, but this is ridiculous. I think it's upsetting initially, but the humor around, I would be a little concerned for Syracuse fans, simply because they've been out here so long, shooting the ball, sitting along the sideline. Now they're going through the pregame scouting report, looking at the boards. I think it might be a little tough for them. St. John's, however, they're all smiling. They think maybe get a day off of school as well.
Once we do get to the game, it's a significant game because both St. John's and Syracuse are battling for potential buys and seeds in the Big East tournament. Syracuse and Miami, the winner of their division, will get the 2 seed and a bye. St. John's and West Virginia, whoever finishes ahead there, will get the 3 seed and a bye. Especially St. John's, they control their own destiny. They can win the conference outright, or they can finish 5th.
Well, of course, they got to beat Connecticut at Gamble, which will be a tough assignment. That's one thing that Fran said. This game's very important to our team. I'm sure Jimmy's thinking the same thing.
Let's talk Felipe Lopez, having a great senior.
Well, you mentioned how well he's playing. I just think his shot selection, his personality is starting to exhibit itself. He feels good about his game. He's made solid contributions. Defensive, they put him on some of the premier players, even the little guys in this league. I love the way he goes without the basketball, and he seems like he's a wonderful teammate.
From what we understand, we've got enough players and enough referees here to play this game. At the top of the hour, less than half an hour from now. Until then, please enjoy RPM tonight. Late February at the Carrier Dome. Memories of the games, the players, the moments linger on the walls. Traditions surround the court. The tradition is in the building. The rivalry is in the game. Passed from Mullen, Jackson, and Barry, and from Coleman, Douglas, and the Pearl. St. John's versus Syracuse. It is the Big East.
When you grow up or leaned on the Big East, you think of Syracuse, St. John's.
This is it. This is what we have worked so hard for.
It's kind of special in that sense that I'm in it now. You know, I'm in the rivalry now.
It's been 22 wonderful years here for Jim Boeheim as the head coach of the Syracuse Orangemen. 20 win seasons during those days. He may not smile a lot, but he knows how to win basketball games.
Over the years, the Christy Mullen games, Pearl Washington with Walter Berry, just a number of games over the years that have been great basketball.
But tradition is about the present as much as it is about the past. Tonight, it belongs to Felipe and to Bergen, to Zendon, Artest, to Hart, and to Etan. And welcome inside the Carrier Dome, everybody. Dan Schulman with you. Bill Raftery will join me in just a moment. Didn't look like this game was going to be played just a short while ago. There has been a tremendous snowstorm here in Syracuse. It all rolled in just in the last few hours, and the St. John's team and the officials were both very late getting here to the Carrier Dome. St. John's had to split up and make it any way they could. Zendon Hamilton coming in about an hour and a quarter late, and Fran Fraschilla after that. Look at what is going on outside the Carrier Dome right now. Even some talk, if the dome didn't hold up, they might play this one at the old Manley Fieldhouse. There's a little bit of water on the floor. We'll keep you posted, but we are ready to play ball. We'll come back after this.
Party with the Stars at the new BET Soundstage Club at the Walt Disney World Resort. The grand prize winner will receive air and hotel accommodation for two in Orlando, Florida. Passes to the grand opening of the BET Soundstage Club is $500. Fill out a sweepstakes form in either the February issue of Immerse or BET Weekend magazine.
Or send a postcard with name, address, and daytime phone to Black History Month, P.O. Box 790, Madison Square Station, New York 10159. Sponsored locally by Colgate, the brushing that works between brushing.
On you, and I forget to do the little ordinary things that everyone ought to do. It's just the thought of you, the very thought of you. My love.
At Pennzoil, we know brutal driving doesn't just take place on a racetrack. It begins at the end of your driveway. You stop, you go. You stop, you go. If this reminds you of your commute, we recommend you use Pennzoil Motor Oil. Pennzoil, formulated for today's stop-and-go driving.
Morning, Bob.
Morning, Henry.
Stop and go. Pennzoil.
ESPN2's presentation of NCAA basketball is brought to you by Jaguar Cars. Experience the new breed of Jaguar. By Pennzoil, specially formulated for today's stop-and-go driving. Stop, go, Pennzoil. And by TWA. At TWA, we're working to win your next flight with every flight. We want to be your airline. And welcome back inside, fortunately, the Carrier Dome here in Syracuse. Heavy, wet snow all day long, putting this game in jeopardy. But once it gets going, St. John's and Syracuse, we've got a lot to look forward to. A couple of 20-win teams. The Orangemen are ranked. The Red Storm are close. Here are the coaches, Jim Boeheim and Fran Fraschilla, with Dennis Helsel. He's the boss. He's making some of the decisions in here, and right now it looks like they are going to play, although there are some wet spots on the floor. And this has happened before this year at Syracuse. Assuming we play, what decides who wins this game?
Well, I think the 2-3 zone is very important for Syracuse. Can they force St. John's into long shots, tough shots? On the other hand, offensive rebounding for St. John's becomes important. Also, they're going to have to pry against that zone. Get in between the gaps on the short corner, dump it down, and then how they attack on a flash is very important for them.
Here's the significance of this game for both the Red Storm and the Orangemen. 3 teams will get a first day, a first round bye in the Big East tournament. Syracuse, as the leader in the Big East 7, would automatically be number 2 ahead of St. John's, even though St. John's has a better conference record. But the Red Storm can finish as high as first or as low as 5th, so especially for St. John's. A lot on the line tonight.
Well, I wasn't a math major, but I said they've got to win this one and they've got to win on Saturday. But as you take a look at the Syracuse kids, Jake Krauthammer, the athletic director, went home today, wasn't feeling well. What a great day not to feel well for Jake. So poor Dennis has all the pressure on him.
A look at the starting lineup for head coach Fran Fraschilla and the Red Storm. Zendon Hamilton, the big man in the middle, goes to the free throw line as often as anybody in the conference. We're going to have a great battle in the middle because on the other side in the middle is Etan Thomas, the Big East leading shot blocker and 4th in the country in blocks. And who's going to win out in that big battle? 6'11" on one side and 6'9" on the other side. One of the many great matchups we should see here tonight.
He can handle some things, too, down there. They're going to probably go at him a little bit. Zendon's going to have to get him up in the air, try and get him into some foul problems. He changes shots. He hurries things. And also ignites their fast break.
The 2 teams have similar records overall, but it's been a very different route. St. John's is the hottest team in the conference. Syracuse just 6-5 after a 14-1 start. Still, both teams seem assured of going to the NCAA tournament. Right now, it's a question about momentum and seed.
And the maturation of this St. John's team, they handle things. You can see we're going to have youngsters out there all night toweling down just to make sure. They had a problem, as you noted, a few times this year. But valuing the ball is going to be essential. St. John's has to get shots.
Syracuse in white, St. John's in red, and the Orangemen control.
And the Johnnies in their traditional minute.
As we expect to see the most of the night, Hart all the way to the basket for an early 2-0 lead.
And Syracuse has to have Hart. But he plays well. They're a different team.
The floor general and the developing emotional leader on this Syracuse team, Jason Hart. No surprise defensively at the other end.
The little 2-3 with some minimum principles, I might add. You can see how they extend knowing Eton can dominate the lane there. Look him out, play the shooters.
Tariq Turner will put it up and hit the point guard for the Johnnies.
He may be the one guy, Dan, and I think they added to the starting lineup that brought composure to the floor.
Midway through the season, he couldn't get off the bench. Didn't play at all in 2 straight games. Then got a start. Hasn't lost the starting job since.
I guess that experience. They tried to post up Thomas.
Goes hard in the corner, looking for Bergen. 3-pointers open. And a rebound underneath to Hamilton.
Now, you can't hide behind that pick and let that fella, Bergen, knock him down. Todd's too good out there.
There's Felipe, number 13. After all the hoopla when he came out of high school, having his best year now as a senior, and apparently headed to the NCAA tournament for the first time in his career.
And boy, there's execution.
Postel follows his miss and missed again.
And they hit the short corner and then a dive to the box. I mean, that's exactly what Fran Fraschilla worked on and talked about today.
Defensively, it's Felipe Lopez on the point guard, Jason Hart, as they force a turnover.
Could help everybody with their hands in the passing lane.
Turner more of a control guy at the point. Off the bench, they'll bring Colin Charles and Shannon Crooks, and they're more up-tempo.
And even when they come in now, they're more solid. Here's that short corner. They keep Hamilton up high. Oh, that is great execution.
Tyrone Grant, 5-2 St. John's.
And when you're coaching, Fran Fraschilla feels pretty good now because it's something they put in that's within their scheme, and they picked out of the tapes that would be effective.
Here comes Giannoulis off the screen. They're looking to get him hot again. He's been battling a bad right wrist that has affected his shooting.
And they make him put it on the floor.
Left hand and a goaltend on Felipe. And that ball, I do not believe, was headed in.
I think it was left of Felipe early in the game with a little message. They want Giannoulis, and most teams are now doing this. Get up on him, don't let him take the three, and you are correct. That is off to the side, but occasionally the temptation too great to overcome.
Syracuse back within one. A good early tempo here this game. Inside look for Hamilton, and there's your Tom Thomas's first block of the night. Round one goes to the Orange.
Great presence.
Ryan Blackwell getting involved now, and Hart for three.
Good judgment here.
Hamilton waits and has it knocked away.
Now that's good use of the basketball. Turner with the head up, 6'10", and motoring down the middle. He's in there. Got to protect this run, though. Defense is coming. You just see how he exposes the basketball back live.
Hamilton, a good move to get by Thomas, and then is fouled by Ryan Blackwell.
He was a little surprised to hear that he could become one of the all-time free throw. Getting to the line,
that's right.
A specialty. Good solid pump fake in the lane, and right now the execution exactly according to plan. They're getting the ball to spots to flash across the lane, baseline pass.
As you can see, Hamilton, maybe tonight, at some point down the stretch here this season, is going to become the Big East all-time leader in both free throws and free throws attempted in conference games, passing Alonzo Mourning in one category and Danye Abrams in the other.
And those are two physical type of players, too. And then a little more finesse than those two. He's up empty there.
He's getting to the attempts record a little bit quicker than to the successful makes record.
Well, we won't bring that end of it up. He's doing a nice job in the low post, though. Thomas has not had a touch yet.
And he's been more assertive offensively, Thomas has, the second half of this season, really getting involved, scoring in double figures. Bergen's the leader.
Can't hide. Too good. A lot goes through him when they're perfect.
7-5 Syracuse.
Those other trying to get into gaps here. There's the flash high. Look at that open jumper. Oh, would you live for that one? Or dive for
Grant, yeah.
Maybe flash Felipe there. It was going to be that wide open.
Felipe yet to get involved at the offensive end. He is on Hart again. Fran Fraschilla telling us Lopez has done a good job at opposing point guards, even really quick ones like Shaheen Holloway. There's that jump stop, that hop by Bergen. A lot of contact, bodies everywhere, and play continues.
Pretty physical. No penetration. And Syracuse likes to use the dribble.
Lopez, averaging better than 18 a game.
Blackwell backs off. They're on the right side. They've been able on Bergen's side to get the timeout. Bergen's side, they've been able to get it down. And burning it within the confines of the timeout.
Jim Boeheim's team was out here when they were expected to be out about 5:30 for a 7:30 game, so they warmed up forever because of the delay due to the big storm outside. Once they got started, both teams looked relatively sharp.
And mentally, I think it's got to be fatiguing. But Bergen, if he gets percolating, they hide behind, give him an opportunity. I mean, you just see the slide behind the screen. They gave him that earlier. He didn't make it. You give him too many of these opportunities. And the other ability that he possesses, he drives. You mentioned the jump stop where he turned the basketball over. He's good at slithering between defenders.
One of the best all-round players in the conference. Rebounds, steals. He's up there amongst the leaders and the scoring leader for the Orange Men. Inside, Ron Artest into the game, and Tom Thomas has two. And the shot clock goes off.
And Grant Priscilla's trying to let his guys know. Wonderful presence by Eton Thomas. Terrific rejector. Great presence in the lane.
He has as much impact on a game as any player in the conference, and most of it comes at the defensive end. It's Tom Thomas.
In a lot of ways, this is a new TWA.
On time, reliable, and great service. We have a new commitment.
We're really hustling out there.
It's going to be an on-time airline if I have anything to do about it.
You've been posting better performance every month.
30 brand new state-of-the-art aircraft.
Becoming a younger fleet with a lot of very experienced people.
We're going to take good care of you.
This is our airline. We want it to be your airline.
We got to earn our customers every day. We try to do that on every flight. TWA, Trans World Airlines. We want to be your airline.
The very thought of you, and I forget to do the little ordinary things that everyone ought to do. It's just the thought of you, the very thought of you. My love.
Welcome back to the Carrier Dome. Syracuse leading early, 7-5, and getting it done at the defensive end by their man in the middle, Tom Thomas, who on his own has more blocks in Big East play than 10 of the 13 teams in the conference, and he's already got two here tonight.
And what an upside. His future, he starts fast breaks with his blocks, too. Now, that ended up in St. John's hand. They eventually ran the shot clock out, but a solid performer. And Jimmy, before the game, Boeheim, that is, was just saying how good he feels he can become. Solid, good offensive player. But what a scheme he can have defensively with him in the middle.
As good as he is now, I can't imagine anybody else could have won the most improved player in the conference award. It's got to be his. Bergen with a miss. Rebound, Felipe. Ron Artest and Colin Charles have checked into the game for St. John's. Jim Boeheim uses his big five a lot and has not been terribly happy with most of his younger players and most of his bench.
They're all in, the starters are all in the 30s, 32, 34. St. John's has analyzed extremely well.
Down to 10.
This zone makes you take your time.
Felipe gets inside. And a travel is called. He had it stripped and got it back, but travel in the process.
One of those plays where he felt he got held, and this is open against that 2-3. A wonderful read on the ball reversal. And right here, you can just see the little hands in there may have caused the problem.
There's some great hands defensively on the Syracuse team from Hart, Giannulis, and Bergen. Here's Eton's first look inside, and he's fouled by Grant.
Nice job. Nice roll of the post for the presentation. They are a subtle inside performing team. They either do it with the dribble as a presence, Blackwell, or now with Thomas's ability surfacing, they've got a couple of more options.
We talked about his blocks, but also look what he's done offensively. He's shooting 64% for his last 7 right games, it's up in the high 70s. Well, none of them are further than 2 feet away.
I was just going to give you that. He does have a little game down there, but a lot of them are the strong send-it-in variety.
But he establishes great position as Hamilton checks back in.
Now, Jimmy Boeheim has nurtured this team. Now, they're a pretty good road team, Syracuse.
Yes.
But St. John's, not too bad either.
It's a vote, 9-5. Both of these teams outstanding on the road within the conference. Syracuse, strangely, just 3-3 at home in the Big East. They finish up tonight and then 2 more home games against Pittsburgh and Georgetown before they go to the Big East tournament.
Nice
Artest off to Zendon Hamilton. It'll drop.
Nice interior passing. Now, St. John's is just getting their people rotating into spots. Good understanding. And this zone, it'll make you take your time. You can see the ability to hang a little bit as Artest. What a valuable substitute when you think of it. He's a fake starter, though. And that's strictly camouflaged by Frank Priscilla.
The real boost for them came about the time that Priscilla started bringing Artest off the bench. And few teams in the conference can bring as explosive a player off the bench as they can.
And I believe it was one of those deals where he was a few minutes late for a workout, right?
For a stretch for practice.
Well, that's really stretching the point, huh?
Here goes Colin Charles. The bounce pass and a tough one for Artest. He kept it alive, and Lopez will drop it in.
And that's the kind of pass that early in the year they were trying to complete. That wasn't a good, solid play by Charles. Good recovery, and the big guy, Felipe, in the right spot.
And St. John's back on top by a point. With Charles in the game, he gets hard. And now Lopez switches off to Yanulis. Ryan Blackwell, the finisher around the bucket.
You know what happened? Artest hand hedged, and his guy back cut him. Excellent play.
Blackwell, very solid player, transfer from Illinois. Artest in the corner. Lopez is open outside, and he is shooting the 3 better this season. Postel.
Post up, move out, Postel. I mean, he's another guy. Talk about improvement, stepping up in a large fashion. Gives him another option outside, plus defensively, such a glove.
Now he's guarding Bergen at the other end. Postel's 3, giving the Redmen the lead, and the Orangemen turn it over.
And Todd really not with a good look. He's looking at Hart as though it was his fault. I mean, that was a bullet.
Now, if you're joining us a little bit late and wondering why the game started late and why there are so few people here, inside, yeah, it's holding for now. No water on the floor. 10 to 15 inches of the wet, heavy stuff, not the light, fluffy stuff falling here in Syracuse. The Red Storm were very late getting here. The officials didn't arrive until even later than the players behind the back pass.
And not the kind you like, right? Oh, is that? Now, that's the kind of selection Fran's been able to get his team away from. A good understanding. Now, these are 2 mistakes in a row. Now, that one could have changed your octave a little bit, too. Tough to be alert. You don't expect that. Big guys are attuned to something they can get vision on.
Hart gets inside again, off for Yanulis. From the corner. No for Blackwell, and the rebound to Charles, stumbling around, and finally couldn't keep his balance, couldn't keep the ball. Well, the Johnnies will hand it right back to the Orangemen. Good start to this one at a very big game for both teams.
In an instant, this woman's life will depend on what she's learned. Would you know what to do? Release your safety belt. Try the windows first. If they don't work, apply pressure to the door. Once enough water has equalized the pressure, it should open. Find more tips on surviving highway emergencies in this book. It's free from Shell. Count on Shell.
Parenting is a constant learning process. What you have to do is prioritize.
Back in '88, Earl wanted to retire, spend more time with Tiger.
But Dad taught me.
I met an American Express financial advisor. Dave is a personal friend of mine to this day. We trust each other because we've got a track record.
It's about making smarter decisions.
We're a team, and that's when dreams can happen.
American Express Financial Advisors.
The very thought of you, and I forget to do the little ordinary things that everyone ought to do. It's just
slow it down as Blackwell now makes the cut. He thinks he's playing great defense. If you're not going to switch, you're in deep trouble. They raise everybody a little nuance by Jimmy B. as his guys know how to back cut. And St. John's is vulnerable to that type of basketball on occasion.
Off the hands of Yanulis. Both teams a little sloppy the last couple times down the floor.
And some hard passes by Syracuse, too. A little zip on them.
Here comes Alan Griffin into the game. Yanulis is going to go out. Griffin is about the only freshman on the Syracuse team who's getting regular minutes. And this is a new look for Jim Boeheim the last couple of weeks with both Griffin and Hart, the two smaller guards in the game at the same time. Boeheim thinks this is their best defensive team.
That was a play, by the way. Iowa does it. Artest doesn't finish. When he plays big time, this is a tough St. John's team. He's got to get shaken a little bit. Got a lot of talent. Going to be a bright future for him.
Hart left open. Misses the shot. He has struggled from the perimeter this year. Teams are starting to back off on him a little bit. Charles the lob for Felipe. Couldn't finish that.
Okay, now there's two plays, right? With a little pizzazz on it, and you're empty.
And the behind-the-back pass pizzazz earlier from Artest, and empty on that possession as well. Bergen wants it down low.
Valuing the basketball. Got to get some help.
Going to work on Postel. Too tough.
Nice little move, but he's a lefty, too, going to that right side with the bounce. But if he beats you, you got to get support. Somebody should have been sprinting to the box to lock it up.
St. John's shooting very well so far. We've got a tie game at 13 midway through the first half.
See if they get back to their short corner offense. Nice look. Oh, is that pretty by Charles. And he's trying to talk Brandon to not taking him out on that play. I know I made mistakes, Coach. Tariq Turner ready to commit for him.
Already 3 assists for Charles since he came into the game for Turner just a few minutes ago. Lead back to St. John's.
Now, Hart jammed it up, but Thomas was ducking in. Got to get the spacing to enable a big guy to get down that box area.
Hart on the wing, 12 on the shot clock. Getting free is Blackwell.
And a nice movement by Thomas as well. Kept everybody alert with his rotation.
Charles running the show at the other end. Midway right now through the first half, all tied up at 15. Possible bye in the Big East tournament on the line for both teams here tonight. Hamilton to the basket strong. And a little too strong as it turned out, but he's not shying away from Thomas. Griffin.
I'll tell you, Zenden's got to make that. That was a great design play. Got to finish it.
Felipe for 3. And the long rebound comes to Bergen. Lopez very upset, and I don't think it's with himself, judging by the way he was yelling things out on the way back down the court. Bergen by Postel.
Good help by Lopez, though. Felipe almost taking this trip off. He's going to jam things up. He's figuring Griffin's not going to hurt them. 1-4.
Hart puts it up and misses again. Rebound to Lopez. Hart hearing a little bit here from the fans, it seems.
Well, as he shoots the basketball, obviously it's going to help everybody else. And once in a while, he struck. Nice look again.
Knocked away, I believe, by Bergen, who tried to save it. Now, Lopez missed the 3, but he got the nice dunk before.
Well, Fran's got to feel good about where they're deploying. I mean, right here, he hides along the baseline. Great lead on the pass from the point you mentioned, Charles, with the assist. But that's all part of the flow. And they've been able to do things, maneuver guys into the right spot to decimate this little 2-3.
Big changes for both teams. Turner and Grant back in, along with Reggie Jesse, a 6'7" freshman out of Queensbridge, New York. Hamilton strong to the bucket again. Got it back. There's the finish.
Hey, he knew he missed it. He was the one up quicker of the two as Thomas stayed on the floor. Zenden's getting catches against his own you never generally don't see.
Syracuse now going with the 2 big man look. Elvira China's come in, but Thomas still on the floor.
And they had Thomas, they didn't give it to him. Here's where they got an opening here. Get him in the game a little bit.
Lewis back in the game as well. Bergen got Jessney in the air, puts up a 2. Oh, the Red Storm players really biting on that ball pick by Bergen.
Doing a better job of beating the ball out, too. You know, early in the year, they would have rushed for a tough shot.
Beginning of this game, Lopez was up top. Now he's sneaking around and winging down on the baseline. for him.
And there's Thomas again. They don't look. This is his game. Outside shot and passing. Nice look here.
Griffin underneath. He'll shoot a couple. Almost got it to go as well. But Alcina with a great look.
In watching St. John's tape, they have a tendency to get vision on the ball and forget about their man. And Alcina, obviously the size helps him, but he has a feel for making passes. And he isn't giving Jimmy Boeheim the kind of year he did last year.
Last year, he really electrified the crowd with his passing and his outside shooting. The numbers on Griffin. Freshman out of Brooklyn, Robeson High, spelling Jason Hart, who last year had the Big East in minutes played, and Jim Boeheim didn't want to repeat that. As Blackwell comes in for Thomas, and let's see how this affects St. John's. Will Hamilton get even more assertive inside?
They may back the zone up just a little bit this trip. Let them see if they'll settle for the deep three.
Well, they got a couple minutes to think about it. We'll step aside. 7:18 to play in the half. Send down Hamilton strong inside early.
For more than 50 years, Reese Restaurants have been feeding the people of New York. Once again, this holiday season, we're going to take this tradition out of our restaurants and into the homes of those who need it the most. During the month of February, round up your check to the nearest dollar at participating Reese Restaurants. You'll be directly contributing to City Meals on Wheels. Reese Restaurants and City Meals on Wheels, working together to help make sure that more New Yorkers are eating well.
Myrtle Beach Jet Express, #1 to the great golf and family fun of Myrtle Beach. Call 1-800-FUN-TUCSON and fly from Newark from only $79. And now fly from JFK from only $79 with flights operated by TWA. Non-stop to Myrtle Beach from only $79. Myrtle Beach Jet Express, New York's favorite way to fly to Myrtle Beach. Ask about our golf and family vacation packages, too. Non-stop from New York to Myrtle Beach from only $79. Only with Myrtle Beach Jet Express. Call 1-800-FUN-TUCSON today.
You're the king of college hoops? Just log on to ESPN.com and enter the tournament challenge presented by Pizza Hut on ESPN Sports Zone. To enter, fill out your brackets, compete against thousands of other fans, make the right picks, and be crowned king of college hoops. Log on to ESPN Sports Zone, and you can win a trip or two to the 1999 Men's Championship, hotel accommodations, and 64 pizzas from Pizza Hut. A tournament challenge on ESPN Sports Zone. Enter starting March 8th.
St. John's leading by 2 in an important game here in the Big East, and we've got another important game coming up for you next year on ESPN2. This one out of the A-10 is Xavier and Rhode Island. The A-10 looks like they've got 6 quality teams. It's going to be hard to get 6 bids. It's going to be a battle. Now, because of our late start here, because of the weather, we're going to join that game at Rhodey in progress, but we'll keep you updated with scores as it gets started.
You thinking of Dayton by chance? That's the team I'm thinking.
That's the one you're thinking of?
Yeah. Xavier, outstanding roadie as well, but Zenden, who camera shot of him, he has been on fire. It's really, really setting him up. He's just picking it apart.
Passes it back out to Felipe here for 3. They crashed the glass, but can't get it. Numbers the other way for Syracuse. Blackwell on a great feed from Griffin. Obchina dumped down, and they get it. Second nice pass by Obchina.
Excellent look. And that was one Turner should have had the rebound. He gave just to balance the floor. Now, you like your guys to use their head, but that was one he could have run down.
Lob inside, and the only guy there was the free safety, Obchina.
Now, this is the kind of basketball he contributed to Jimmy last year. You know, good, solid minutes. You mentioned 2 terrific looks. Opens up inside for other people right now with Obchina playing out as a high post center.
The Newlist just can't get open. The bad wrist and defenses have really tightened up on him after he shot the ball so well in the early going. There's a push.
I think Jesse with the elbow there. The lane is now open without Thomas in the game. So all the bouncers, particularly when you look at this team, Blackwell and Bergen, they can use that 3-second lane.
Bergen gets it into Yanulis.
Just don't give him any looks. He can make that. Oh.
And they love it here when he does.
Elvire is in the building tonight.
And you can see the joy he's brought to Jim Boeheim.
Oh, he just made an freshman. Big, tough. Focus is the word that you hear from Fran on him. When he focuses, pretty impressive.
Blackwell got a great screen by Archina. Now Archina's outside again, and some of the crowd wanted him to put it up again.
A nice ball fake by him.
Griffin, blocked by Hamilton. Now Griffin got caught behind the play. Charles pushes it up the floor. Turner. Hamilton working hard underneath.
Really getting after it. That last play by Griffin, Elvire was wide open on the wing. That's what a guard's got to look to do.
And Jesse fouls Bergen again. That's a tough matchup.
And Jimmy applaud, but that's the open middle. Elvire on the wing, his ability to get himself in position to get to the free throw line. Now they're going to wait for some spots on the floor, I think. Oh, no. Okay.
Lopez and Postel wanted to come in. They're going to have to wait.
They're going to wait for the middle between the two free throws.
Trying to speed things up by minimizing the number of times you can substitute.
This is a funny basketball because for minutes they can be so efficient offensively, and then they don't get at the spots, or they take away Lewis's drive or a jumper. They make him drive, or Bergen gets bottled up with a hand hedge.
When this big five of theirs is on, they can play with anybody in the country because all five guys can score. That will drop in. And until recently, when Yanulis was injured and went cold, all five guys were in double figures. That's a lot of balance.
In fact, Fran Fraschilla may be one of the great turnarounds in season that I've witnessed. 11 of 12, getting them under control and doing what he wants accomplished. Nice look again.
Another bullet pass by Charles. It's out of bounds and still belongs to the Red Storm. Colin Charles is zeroed in here tonight.
Boy, he is finding the lane. Archina lucky to bail out with that slap away.
Lopez will inbound it. 4:31 to play in the half.
And that eliminates the trap below the foul line. That's where they go deep. Overload left.
Inside for Artest. Double team. Floats and misses it. Hamilton on the glass again. But it comes free to Bergen.
Boy, you'd love to see that energy every night from Zenden.
Now Blackwell wants it down low.
And you can see the tag deep by Lopez on Yanulis.
Bergen puts it on the floor. Yanulis goes inside. And a travel. Syracuse back in the lead. If it's a close one here at the Carrier Dome on a snowy night outside. 24-21.
Well, but I'm Mr. Outback.
Good night.
I heard you could say nasty things about my Explorer.
Nah. All I said was my Outback here has better braking, quicker acceleration, and better gas mileage. Look on the bright side. You did pay a whole lot more.
That's right. I did.
Subaru Outback, the world's first sport utility wagon.
Why is America on America Online?
Email. We can shop. Instant messages. I can check my stocks all day long.
And we've spent over $500 million to more than triple capacity.
It's so easy my dad can use it.
America Online, so easy to use, no wonder it's #1.
The world is full of light, with suns and moons all over the place. Tonight,
there's only you tonight.
A good sweat isn't so good once the game is over. That's why there's Irish Spring Sport. It has an extra antibacterial ingredient that kills odor-causing germs better than regular soap. It's Irish Spring Sport. Play as hard as you like.
Back in Syracuse, the Orangemen lead by 3. It's been a great year, though, for St. John's, especially the second half. 3 years ago, as freshmen, when Felipe Lopez and Zendon Hamilton arrived in Jamaica, huge things were expected of this program. They both had good senior seasons, and for the first time in their careers, they appear headed to the NCAA tournament. Hard to believe neither guy's ever played in the NCAA tournament.
And Jimmy Boeheim's got to close those passing lanes. They're picking them apart, and that is amazing. McDonald All-Americans, a real struggle, but Jimmy got Opchina involved. He did some good things. Now the zone has to tighten up in his favor and continue to exploit it. St. John's finding spots, changing the look.
Here's our test on the wing.
They're using all the floor, aren't they?
Yep. Trying to pass over the top of it as much as get inside. And Transfer shows you the first time they met in December when Syracuse won, he was horrified at the lack of dribble penetration they got against the zone. I mean, how they've been doing tonight.
And Felipe right there, and he did it at the top. Remember, he should have got to the foul line. He's saying he put it on the floor here. Let's see. Yeah. I mean, that's not a bad play.
Hart's going to bring it back the other way. Opchina still in the game for Thomas, getting an extended rest here in the first half. Good post up. Bergen. Opchina the follow. What a big half for him.
Alvear, you have arrived. And get to the rim. Nice little dive, properly timed.
5 points, couple of great passes. Good cut. And there's Hamilton.
He gets the goal. A little bonus. Jimmy doing the old rolling of the arms. He's not making red. And I think he's right. I usually don't agree with that. I thought it should have been a kick out by Zenden. And he got himself away with one with a chance for 3.
Kick out by Zenden doesn't happen very often. Once he gets it in there, he goes to the basket, and especially with Thomas out of the game.
Are you saying he has blinders on out there?
I'm saying once it goes in there, it doesn't normally come out.
Well, he knows what the rim and the net is for.
Yes.
You would think.
And he completes the 3-point play, heads to the bench. Tyrone Grant back in, and it's down to a 2-point Syracuse lead.
Little screen away.
10 on the night already, Bill, for Hamilton. Gino.
Too long.
Artest the steal, leading the break. All the way. And Yanuis comes down with it. Good look ahead for Hart. Numbers for the Orangemen. Good kick. Bergen. Opchina for 3. He knew he missed it. Followed it quickly. Bergen gets it back and gives Blackwell half the credit for that.
Sure, kept it alive. Nice little touch.
Ryan Blackwell does all the little things as well as you could ask.
Well, when he plays well, just like Hart, I mean, this is a different team. Didn't have a good one against Rutgers. Tough dribble penetration.
Couldn't get inside. Another steal. Bergen pulls up for 3.
Oh, he knows how to put it away. Huh?
Still loose on the floor. That ball was so far down, one of the officials raised his other hand to signal.
Jody.
Jody Sylvester put his left hand up in the air, giving him the 3.
That was a nice time to go for the 3. They got a 10-0 on Fran Priscilla. And I don't think it was because of the last dribble penetration. I think it was for the walk that they call it Felipe. One of the offensive rebounds is stripped. Whenever Opchina got the ball, he was very excited on that particular one.
Remember, the bad weather and the long drive might have put everybody in a bad mood coming into this game.
Yeah, I'm sure Rick Hart's over. And I think they all drove alone.
Yes.
As all officials should, by the way. They can't talk about the coaches. But this is what you like about seniors. He knew that this 3 could really put a nice cushion. And that's the one where you said Jody had the hands up. But the kick back out, and Hart goes right at it again. And that's where I think Fran also wanted to walk on that one.
Yanulis hit both free throws, and Syracuse has its biggest lead of the night.
That's a nice little play. They got steps here by Yanulis. Little curl play. You see Connecticut runs a similar kind of a play. Did it in Manhattan. Long-time assistant coach. He hit Barnes at one time.
Test, can he get up to the basket? He finds Grant. Great feed by Ron Artest. And the future he's got. Big East Rookie of the Week. Bergen. Lopez on him this time. Too strong. The follow is in.
That's maybe the 3rd time I've seen Bergen go baseline. Nobody's stepping up. What happens when you do rotate, you open up an offensive rebound.
11 for Bergen.
See a little trip knew he had to do some things, hold the notoriety. But what a personal growth occurred in that guy. I mean, admire him so much. Kept his poise, his dignity.
4-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. China got it.
Oh, is he on fire?
And St. John's get it back. Lopez. And the half will come to a close with Syracuse in the lead, led by their multi-talented star, Todd Bergen. 11 points in the first half, and now Fran Fraschilla vehemently upset as they go to break. He'll take his players in there and try to regroup.
ESPN2's presentation of NCAA basketball is brought to you by Subaru. Hungry for adventure? Take a taste test in a new all-wheel drive Subaru today.
Today, people who didn't send the money Western Union and the heartbreak it caused. Meet Sue and her ex-boyfriend, Mike. What happened, Sue?
My car broke down. I called Mr. Wonderful here. The money I sent.
And he didn't use Western Union.
No, and it took forever. I had to spend hours with the tow truck guy.
Meet Sue's new fiancé, the tow truck guy, Lyle!
Hey, it's your money. Use Western Union, the fastest way to send money worldwide.
Since we switched to Quaker State Motor Oil, we've been very successful. So when my crew chief said, check it out, Jeff, 3 new synthetics from Quaker State. Why change a good thing? Different engines can need different protection. Quaker State knows that. Well, we tested them. And guess what? Now we're winning with the same oil you can buy at the store.
Quaker State. The choice is clear.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are flying in the Bermuda Triangle, a place where things are known to disappear and are never found. Now, fortunately, we have an I-Omega zip drive on board, and with it I can make a quick copy of all my important stuff. The 100-megabyte zip disk let me save, store, and take all my stuff with me. No need to panic. Okay, boys? Let's take her back in. Hello?
Get an I-Omega zip drive today, because it's your stuff.
Hold it up for you? Yeah. Quick race around the block? You and me, around the block. I don't think so. Look, they say the Subaru is better in the snow than your BMW, and I say we find out.
In tests, an all-wheel drive Subaru outhandled the BMW 328i with traction control. That's why we put all-wheel drive on every car we make.
Am I sensing a little reluctance?
Subaru, the beauty of all-wheel drive.
From the worldwide leader in sports, this is the ESPN News Network.
Hello, everybody. Hope you're enjoying your college hoops on the deuce. I'm Dave Feldman, along with the coach, Bill Seward, and this is the ESPN News Network. Plenty on tap for your halftime pleasure, beginning with some more college b-ball.
Yes, we do. In terms of power ratings, you know, the Big East is second only to the ACC. UConn, St. John's, West Virginia atop the East 6, while Syracuse and Miami are running 1-2 in the Big East 7. However, with an overall record of 17-7, Miami is no lock for the tournament, but could help itself greatly with wins in its final 2 games. The first tonight against visiting Seton Hall. Seton Hall, first half, and the miss by the Pirates in Miami. Heading the other way. On the break, Vernon Jennings cutting to the hoop, and Vernon popping it in. Miami opens with a 10-2 run. Later, Tim James playing some big-time defense out front. The tap to himself. He goes the distance. Miami up by 4 at that point. And it is Miami trailing by a point as they play in the second half. Seton Hall has lost 3 of the last 4 games, and Miami desperately needing this one and another victory to improve the NCAA chances. Villanova and Pittsburgh going tonight. Steelers legend Franco Harris at the game, a Penn State man all the way. First half, Howard Brown on the big throwdown, and Nova down by 2. And then Pittsburgh, Attila Crosby getting the feed from Montego Cummings, and Attila knowing what to do. And Pittsburgh, a 65-61 winner in this one. Pittsburgh has won 3 straight.
so winning their final regular season game against West Virginia would certainly help out the cause. Dave?
If you're a glasses half full kind of guy and an Indiana guy, take solace in the fact that there is a bright spot from Sunday's 48-point shellacking by Michigan. The last 5 times Knights Hoosiers have been whooped by 20 points or more, they've bounced back to win the very next game. And it's senior night in Bloomington. Of course, on the other side of the coin, Illinois with a win tonight, coupled with a Purdue win Saturday at Michigan State, would give the Illini a share of their first Big Ten title since 1984. Did you get all that? Did you get this? Kevin Turner, stop, pop, and a bang. Giving Bobby's boys a little bit of a headache. At the half, it was Indiana falling and losing, and right now, start of the second half, they still trail. 33-28 right now. Second half just underway. Illinois has won 9 of their last 10 games. Here are the Big Ten hopefuls going into the tournament with their records versus Division I teams. There are 5 teams that are in. All 5 are at least 4 games over 500 in conference and have an RPI ranking in the top 30. Iowa played a weak non-conference schedule and has fallen apart of late. They need a good showing in the tournament, and Penn State is hanging on for their life. You know, the Heat are great when the opposition is not. 21-3 against teams with sub-500 records, but just 3-10 against the league's elite. Chicago, the Lakers, Seattle, San Antonio, Indiana, Phoenix, and tonight's opponent, Utah. In fact, Miami with just 1 win and 11 trips to Utah, and that was back in 1994. Heat, Jazz, Hornacek, Malone, pick and roll, a basket. A very good play, very effective. Jazz have won 7 straight games, and right now, though, they trail the Heat 32-28, 8:50 left in the second quarter. Miami has won 6 straight. Already Bashan Leonard with 11, matched by the mailman's 11 points. Grizz, Nets. First half, Kerry Kittles strips Sharif Abdur-Rahim, and we go the other way. Kittles gets it back, and the Nets are up 4. Then some more Nets action. Kerry Kittles with a tough 3 over Blue Edwards. Nets up 5. Finally, the Nets with some good passing. Cassell finds a cutting Jason Williams who ducks and dips and puts it in. And right now, an update on the Grizz Nets. And the Nets, by the way, they've lost 3 straight. Vancouver's lost 10 of their last 11. The Nets are up 56-42, 10:23 left in the third.
Viewers on the deuce. Todd Bergen with the 11 points, and Syracuse a 6-point lead at the intermission. Back with more on the ESPN News Network.
Renting during the work week? Call Thrifty at 1-800-4CARS. Because Thrifty Car Rental believes business travelers deserve great rates on great cars, too. Other car rental companies advertise low rates on weekends. So do we. But Thrifty also offers this midweek special. Pick up a compact car Sunday through Wednesday and pay just $29.95 a day. Call 1-800-4CARS. It's a good deal, good business, and best of all, it's Thrifty.
Hi, my name is Sierra, and this is my very own Gateway commercial.
Hello, welcome to South Dakota.
If you want to buy a computer, call my mom. She's right back here. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Sierra.
She knows a lot about computers, and she's really nice.
Pentium 2 processor and monitor for under $2,000?
She really is nice.
You betcha.
You should call my mom.
Gateway computers feature Intel Pentium 2 processors. Give us a call. You've got a friend in the business.
Budweiser has 12 breweries located across the country. The Budweiser that you get from your local brewery is usually the freshest beer available in the marketplace. Budweiser sells very quickly. The average age of Budweiser on the shelf is about 30 days. Having local breweries ensures that your Budweiser is the freshest possible beer it can be by the time you purchase it.
Cold enough for you? Yeah. Quick race around the block?
You and me, around the block. I don't think so.
Look, they say the Subaru is better in the snow than your BMW, and I say we find out.
In tests, an all-wheel drive Subaru outhandled the BMW 328i with traction control. That's why we put all-wheel drive on every car we make.
Am I sensing a little reluctance?
Subaru, the beauty of all-wheel drive.
The Houston Rockets started the night 4 games in front of the Sacramento Kings for the 8th and final playoff spot in the Western Conference. Rockets weren't able to get off the launching pad Sunday, losing to the Knicks by 18, scoring a measly 74 points at the 31. Strickland with 19 at the half, and the Wizards 15-6 at home have a very comfortable lead as they play in the fourth. Warriors and the Knicks. Former Hornets teammates Larry Johnson, Muggsy Bogues reminiscing a little bit. Second quarter, Tony Delk letting it fly, missing. Jason Caffey, however, rebound, one bounce, go up. 22-18 Warriors. And then John Starks on the break of the second quarter to Charles Oakley. And we are tied at 24. Golden State goes on a 14-6 run. Eric Dampier in the post and turn baseline, little double pump. Golden State by 8 at the intermission. Warriors have dropped 3 in a row, 12 of 13, 24 of 27 this season away from home. Our friends on ESPN2, we're going to be sending you back to a basketball game, but we'd like to remind you, if you don't get ESPN News on a full-time basis, make sure you contact your local cable operator or satellite provider and tell them Dave Feldman's going to kick your backside if you don't give it to us.
I didn't say that, but we will become your 24-hour sports leader. Don't get me in trouble. For those of you on the Deuce, enjoy the second half of the ball game. The Red Storm trailing 28-34.
Today, Microsoft makes the internet faster. Today, the next wave in internet software is free for a month. Today, you can get online faster and go where you want in no time. Today, the internet is just a click away.
It's the best of times.
See for yourself. MSN Premier is free for a month when you call 1-800-847-7700. Microsoft helps you make the most of the internet right on your Windows 95-based PC with sound, motion, and more. Send email that gets through. Get the news as it happens. Plan and book a trip. Manage your investments. And find exactly what you want with Microsoft Internet Explorer. Call 1-800-847-7700 for your free month today. You'll get a free CD with the latest internet software from Microsoft.
It's just really extraordinary to see what you can do.
And unlimited hours online. Free for a month. So call today, and you're on your way.
The Black Lincoln?
Yes, sir.
Introducing Navigator from Lincoln.
Why didn't you just have him park it in the lot?
I didn't want it scratched.
Navigator from Lincoln. What a luxury it should be.
Welcome back inside the Carrier Dome, everybody. Getting set for the second half. 34-28 Syracuse leading St. John's at the break. Two big stars for them in the first half. One guy you'd expect, and the other guy a bit of a surprise.
Todd Bergen, obviously the one you'd expect, and Elvire is roaming the dome. But Bergen, a guy you can't hide. If you hide, you pay. You see him slip behind the pick. He's got that ability then to post up, step out, pump, break you down, and finish. You love the seniors. Well, Elvire got in the game. They missed this year. Three-point range, modest range, couple of assists, real solid play. Been a big fella.
Sheena, 7 points.
I'm grateful that Michael Garcia is in our lives.
State Farm, Mike Garcia speaking.
We had a house fire, a house burned.
That was a tough one.
They didn't treat us as a policy holder. They treated us as a neighbor, as a friend.
I gave him a check right away. We went from there to putting the pieces back together.
He's not a hero in the sense of a sports hero or a movie star. He's a quiet hero.
He looks out for everyone in the neighborhood.
It's gone from being a slogan to really being my way of life.
To make it out here, there are a few things you might want to consider. Some more critical than others. To build, test, and manage business software, 4 out of 5 of the world's largest corporations rely on CompuWare. What do you need most?
Oh, dammi una casa dove il bufalo gira, dove i cervi stanno a giocar. Non si sentano mai una brutta parola e il cielo non fa oscuro mai.
Introducing Navigator from Lincoln. What a luxury should be. In the blink of an This man will have to resist a basic human impulse. Could you? Don't slam on the brake. You could lose control completely. Hold on. Get off the gas. And gradually pull off the road. Find more driving safety tips in this book. It's free from Shell. Count on Shell.
ESPN2's presentation of NCAA basketball is brought to you by the complete line of 1998 Lincoln automobiles. Lincoln, what a luxury car should be. And by Shell. Count on Shell.
And just about to get underway here at the Perryville and snow in Syracuse. 10 inches of snow have fallen in the last several hours. Look at the first half statistics. Syracuse getting it done from the line. Marius Yanulis hit a couple of free throws after the Fran Fraschilla technical. And the bench points, surprising that Syracuse would be leading St. John's, but Elvira Archina had a very good first half.
Well, the weather outside is frightful. But so far, delightful here.
And we've had a little drama at halftime as well. Eric Williams, 6'9" freshman forward for Syracuse, has decided to test the weather. Apparently upset over the fact that he's not playing. He has dressed and left the building at halftime. Lopez strong to the bucket will draw the foul. But a little bit disconcerting for Jim Boeheim to have one of his supposedly pillars of the future in the middle of a game.
That's what it's become, though. I mean, here, Elvira steps in for Jimmy, does a bang-up job. Williams could be a player someday. I mean, work habits are something that he has to consider. Does he deserve to play ahead of Thomas? I mean, you've got Blackwell, who's solid at the 4 if they put him there. You got Bergen, who's flexible. I mean, come on. It's a dilemma that all coaches are facing. Everybody wants it right away. And Jimmy's been through it all. He handles it with the creative plume.
Lopez with both. He's got 6. St. John's within 4. And the crowd, as they do here, standing until Syracuse gets its first bucket of the half.
Yeah, we would never let our crowd do that.
You could charge
away
the
the seats, huh?
Bergen inside. Well, remember the Providence game here about 6 weeks ago. Providence took an 18-0 lead. These fans stood for 6 minutes of the game until Syracuse finally scored.
And post on with the bang. Yeah, they took a while. That was that Triangle 2 game, I think.
Yep.
They junked it up.
They're still standing and clapping here. A small crowd because of the weather.
And Scott Turner's playing. You notice now he knows he can't give him a free. Look at this post up. Too easy. Oh.
That's been a tough rim tonight.
Yeah, well, that kind of shot, it was just a little spin on it.
At the other end, the bucket and the fouls. Endon Hamilton continues to have a big night. He's got 12.
And he got himself out on the floor. A nice little advantage break situation. And you see the pass. Felipe, he made the great baseline move earlier. This time gets it to his partner for the high little kiss. The X-Man.
It's now or never for these St. John's seniors. There's an offensive rebound by Tyrone Grant. Good trap on Felipe. Finds the open man in Postel.
Pretty luck.
And Grant, he'll shoot a couple. He almost finished that as well. St. John's coming out very strong and assertive here in the second half.
And with definition, too. Understanding of where to be. Give up the extra pass. And this has grown with this team, and they got some water problems. They're going to call it a little timeout, or Jimmy got the 20.
Both things happening at once. Syracuse takes a 20, and they continue to wipe up the floor here at midcourt as water continues to drip from the ceiling. Well, tomorrow on ESPN, you'll get a look at the #1 team in the country. The Blue Devils are back on top of the poll. They'll take on a dangerous Georgia Tech team led by Matt Harpring, and then late, another game out of the Big East, Georgetown and Notre Dame. More Big East tournament implications, and for a lot of these middle-level teams in the Big East, NIT implications as well. Top 4 seem to be assured of going to the NCAA, and then Miami's your Big East bubble team. Here's the hardest working man in the building.
Well, the waterman, he sure is. He's been busy all night making sure the players and the cheerleaders are able to perform. And Franny was a little upset at the end of the half. You can see he spent halftime with some nice little adjustments. He's got the coat on, relaxed.
He was in a great mood before the game tonight. Upset with the officiating in the first half.
He gets into it. I mean, he's young, aggressive. He's done a marvelous job with this program.
And they feel they have
around and going under the basket and laying in the reverse.
He really feels comfortable under the rim.
He was a ball boy for the Illini growing up, went to Illinois, transferred after a season when Lou Henson left, and Syracuse glad to have him. Great work underneath, but they can't finish. Grant had a couple of looks.
I think Grant's got the foul, too. That's one. He wrestled the basketball away and then was not as forceful with the release. But you have seen the ability of this team all year long to use that dribble to effect, and as you noted, one of the premier performers around the 10. He doesn't get a rash. He gets up and finishes.
Artest back in for Grant, who just picked up his third foul. Artest, the bench player who gets starters minutes. Got 25, 28 a game off the bench. Mark gets inside. Boy, is he explosive.
Now that's unusual, too. They didn't get help. And Felipe beating off the bounce. He's pretty good with those puppies generally.
Hart had one of those in the first half as well. Syracuse leads by 4. Lopez right by Bergen. Offensive foul.
I'll tell you what, I thought that's one they could have just let go. What'd you think?
Yeah.
I mean, he stopped, avoided the charge.
Bergen almost went under him.
I think this was an anticipation call. What?
Thomas, I'm sorry.
See what I mean? He's trying to slide by. Let him go. Come on, Joe.
You don't have enough trouble? You're getting on the officials now?
No. I just want to let him play a little bit.
There's Hart. Open. Bergen finds him. Now he's too far into the bucket. Blackwell, tough shot.
Sure wasn't. It gets a little pain, a little chipping on that one.
All of a sudden, Ryan Blackwell's got 10, and now St. John's throws it away.
Didn't need it. And Tariq has stayed away from those kind of plays. He made a nice look earlier, and Fran after that turnover with the jacket off.
Says he feels like at this point of the season, St. John's is playing with house money. They feel pretty good about being in the tournament. They play here tonight and then at UConn. 2 very tough games heading to the Big East tournament. Bergen misses a chance to see really how good this St. John's team is right now.
A good solid check out by Zenden. Well, I don't think he can pull either one of us. I think he would look to sweep these two.
They sweep them. They're the number 1 seed in the Big East heading into the tournament.
He's picked up by Postel as Zenden came up a little bit empty. He's a little of the nuts and bolts for Fran.
Boeheim sits down with a 4-point lead here in the second half. It's been close throughout. Yanul is very quiet, just 4 points.
And Thomas not getting any trying to finally get it to him, and what a result. Michael Hopkins and Lewis Shaw on 2 assists, and they're slapping 5 on the bench. David saying to the mentor, let's get the big fella involved. He's got strength. He's developed some inside turnaround moves. You can see the ability to take a hit, and he's got the eyes, too. Look at the glare after this knockdown.
You know, it was just a year ago, Jim Boeheim described Thomas as an offensive liability. Says he has trouble making a layup. Where did this come from?
He's great with the compliments, isn't he? I got a chance to know his wife, Julie. They're expecting, as you well know. It's been a pleasant little run here, I think, for this particular year. I mean, who knew coming in how well they could do? And then they get a couple of flat tires. He still has his 20 wins.
Well, last year was such a disappointment as Postel puts up a 3. Syracuse finished at 19 wins last year. They had the Bergen suspension to deal with. They got blown out in the NIT. It was a tough year last year.
It was exasperating, but you can see there the ability to shoot deep will help inside people for St. John's.
And here goes Thomas again. Once he gets started, he is tough to shut down offensively. He is so confident right now when he gets the ball.
Not a bad jump hook, huh?
Back buckets in a hurry for Etan Thomas. 6 points on the night. Postel again. And Thomas the rebound to start the break. Hart to stop and go, and the block underneath. Right Artest.
Great recovery.
Lopez to the bucket. And we get a foul on the floor.
And I think it was Hart inside, but what a defensive play. Good, solid recovery.
44-39 Syracuse looking inside now, and Etan Thomas happy to oblige.
Toll Patrol from 1-800-COLLECT.
Attention, citizens! I've got big news. 1-800-COLLECT is now 10 cents a minute every evening.
Whoa, 10 cents a minute. I never thought color calling could be so inexpensive.
Isn't saving money fun? 1-800-COLLECT, 10 cents a minute every evening, all week long.
This is Imagine TV.
Brad, I brought you up here on my Mercury to tell you something.
Yes, Brittany.
I'm carrying your father's child.
Wouldn't that be me?
Exactly.
Oh, yes. That's nice.
Jerky?
Actually, no. It's a pretty smooth ride.
Till next time, imagine yourself in a Mercury.
What do I want? I want to know I'm headed in the right direction. I want to keep my options open. I do want to take care of my family. I want to give something back. I want to learn. Find what's right for me. Be ready for anything. Make the right choices. I want to find the people who can get me there.
American Express Financial Advisors can help you decide what you want to do and how to get there.
I want to say I made a difference. I want to do more.
One of Fran Fraschil's favorites, freshman Ron Artest describes him as a wild card. Can put him on anybody on the floor, and we saw his work under the basket here.
This is just a great reaction. Tariq beaten, but look at the recovery. And how about the ability while he's still in the air to get both hands back to tat. Oh, he's got some upside. Range, handles. Once in a while, we'll mishandle by doing too many things in that open floor.
Funny how the turning point of their season perhaps was him being 4 minutes late for a pre-practice stretching session. Fraschilla removed him from the starting lineup, and he came off the bench so explosively they left him coming off the bench. Tariq Turner also simultaneously went back in as the starter with the point at St. John's. He's won 11 of 12 since.
Don't miss your aerobic class, huh?
Postel inside. Woo! It'll get there.
Boy, did that teeter-totter get into the thick of the zone. They've done some nice things against this zone. That hidden element still on the bench, Elvir Akchina, remember? The ability to find people, so if he gets a little bit close, you may see him on the floor. Going with Thomas again.
And the foul's going to be on Hamilton. A lot of contact inside between the two big men.
Thomas is strong. I mean, he gets himself in position, ducks in there.
And he's quicker, too, than most of the guys. His footwork has really come a long way.
And in a sense, Evans used to play big guys, maybe not quite as quick. I'm thinking of the Rafael Bigases right league, you know?
Here's Unulis. Can he get started? Blackwell, and he couldn't handle it.
A little old-time weave, and it's got to be catchable. So his old club is ahead of Indiana at the half. And Jimmy checking the ducks. Years ago, it was a sweatsuit with stains. Now Jimmy's got a snappy.
Lopez gets inside, off for Hamilton, and that one will drop. Zendon Hamilton, from the get-go tonight, has gone to the basket strong and is being rewarded.
Now, I know when you were a youngster, they said, never drive against the zone. Probably all of us had heard that. Not anymore. Get in the middle, and the ability to catch and get vision. You give him a chance, Zendon will snatch it and complete.
Big men battling inside, and Hamilton is winning the battle right now. Senior over the sophomore so far. Zendon on his way to becoming St. John's fourth all-time leading scorer. Felipe Lopez is third.
Interesting to read the write-up to Mullins' impact on Felipe Lopez. Great. The wonderful programs when you have this. This might be Zendon again with Thomas. I mean, Thomas alone down there just begging for the basketball, and Zendon puts the arm around you. Now, let's just check this out. Look at this. There's the left arm. You see it? To the back, and that holds on. There's no way you can spin out. That's not healthy for St. John's playing without him.
He goes out, and Tyrone Grant comes back in. Grant has three. So foul trouble for the big men for St. John's.
Oh, Bergen the slam. How about the pass by Blackwell? The many things that he can do. The proper hand, the drop to the goal by Bergen. How about the elevation, huh?
Does it all for Syracuse and has him back in front by three. Got this crowd into it a little bit as well.
Grant, what a vulnerable spot, huh? can't get people to help out, and you think he took steps?
I might think he did that. His jump stop has a way of the feet not coming down at the same time. Morgan fakes the three. Now spins into the inside. Blackwell. And a rebound to Grant.
And Postell underneath stepped in and caused the miss.
Turner back in control the other way. It's Turner, Postell, Artest, Lopez, and Grant on the floor for the Red Storm. Turner says he thought about quitting when he was put on the bench by Fran Fraschilla in the middle of the season, but his teammates convinced him to stay, telling him better times would be ahead. Finally, the tip goes back in.
Tyrone's got to shoot the ball. He's lucky he got that thing back. Oh, a little tough 1-foot pass. Looks up the handle.
Give the bucket to Artest. Back to a 1-point game. Colin Charles getting set to come in. Hard at the other end. That is the tough bucket in town here on this night. Artest has Turner with him. The other way to Postell.
Nice judgment, too, huh? Chance for three. Well, the freshmen at this time of year, they've been around the world. And defensively, a great job on the clear-out. Mark thought he had an easy one. The counter-punch by Artest. The slip by, no charge. The little kiss at the end, and a chance for three. There is some strength in that body. He turns and gets the shoulder on you, almost like a great running fullback. Little kiss. The rest, simple.
Natan Thomas comes out with 12:31 to play. The foul went on Blackwell, his third. Yanulis also to the bench. St. John's is back on top. The best road team in the conference at 6-1 on conference play. Fran Fraschilla's group has withstood a couple of runs here by the Orangemen to take the lead again.
And Jimmy's got Lear in the game. He's got to start lighting it up the same way. Either the passes or the deep shot. Opens things up inside with him in the game.
Bergen going to work inside. He'll happily shoot a couple.
Is that close to the ward-off? That right arm? He was leaning, initiating the contact.
He's got a lot of tricks in his book.
Well, experience,
yeah.
too. You know, Pershing High School in Detroit, did at Northampton Prep School. He has been around.
Has improved his free throw shooting. Has upped his assists this year. Reggie Jesse back in. Lopez gets a break.
He fills the stat sheet, though. He gets rebounds, tied, almost 7 a game.
Leads the team in steals, among the Big East leaders in steals as well. This one looks like it's going right down to the finish line, as you would expect. Here comes some pressure. Griffin back in the game, and Syracuse steps it up.
And they were ready for it. Oh, too many guys.
Either one by himself, Grant or Artest, would have slammed it home. They got in each other's way.
Artest should have backed off. I thought Grant was in position. Nice spin out.
Blackwell underneath again.
He is tricky down there. No, they wipe it out on the floor. Fancy footwork, and you need it in Syracuse today. Outside the building.
And for Grant, number 4. He's gone. Hamilton back in. Another guy who could fill up the stat sheet in Ryan Blackwell.
Just a smart, intelligent approach to the game.
What about at the other end? 2 guys fighting over a dunk.
Too many. And that's the problem when everybody pointing up and you can see. I'm not so sure now that it was for Grant because the finger went up, and I think Artest felt it was for him solely. He never saw Grant underneath him.
Some of the free throws for Blackwell. A 2-point lead for Syracuse. We've got a ways to go in this one between 2 teams looking for their 21st win of the season.
Let's go! Vacation travelers know that when it comes to renting a car, there's really only one place to go. National Car Rental. Especially if you're going to the happiest place on earth. Because as the official car rental company of Disneyland in Southern California, National gets you in your car and on the road fast. For a family vacation you'll never forget. So what are you waiting for? Let's go to Disneyland with National Car Rental.
Has anyone seen my stress management presentation?
Where's my Hamlet
everything gets lost. Almost.
Hello? Anyone see my retainer?
Get an iOmega zip drive today because it's your stuff.
Look at your recent credit card bills. You could be paying as much as 21% in interest rates, and it's not tax deductible. If you own your home, First Plus can consolidate all your credit cards and other loans into one low monthly payment, and the interest may be tax deductible. Just call 1-800-510-PLUS. There's no fee to apply, and you'll get an answer before you hang up. So stop paying high interest rate credit cards that are not tax deductible. Consolidate them at First Plus. Call 1-800-510-PLUS.
Yeah, it just might be the best week of college basketball around. Championship week, 60 games, 29 championships, presented by 7-Up on ESPN and ESPN2. The Big East tournament in its entirety on ESPN and ESPN2. Here's what tonight's game means. Syracuse right now gets the 2 seed as of now by virtue of leading the Big East 7 ahead of Miami. St. John's in the number 3 spot. If they win tonight and then beat UConn, they're the number 1 seed going in, but they can also drop down to 5 where West Virginia is. So a lot on the line, especially for Felipe Lopez and the Red Storm.
And Syracuse goes bigger with Thomas in the game, and it doesn't matter. They all collaborated on the one box up. Sheena Thomas opened it up to the big guy.
16 for Zendon Hamilton. Tied at 50. Sheena in there along with Thomas.
Thomas backed out to give up Sheena a chance.
Griffin. Kind of an odd lineup for Syracuse. 2 point guards, 2 centers, 10 Bergen. Lopez. Good call. Yeah, and it'll be Syracuse ball.
So the interesting thing with Alvear on the floor, Hamilton comes out on him and opens up for Thomas, but you just hear the little sleight of hand, quick defensive maneuver, got himself in position, Todd Bergen.
Well, if you're St. John's, how do you decide which big guy of Syracuse would send on Hamilton?
Well, they've decided. Archina, now I think Archina could come out and let Artest end up with Thomas and get him involved. They just screen away here.
Artest giving up a lot of size to Etan Thomas.
You see, they've got good perimeter people with skills, so they forget the big guy once in a while. Ooh, look at that.
Hart inside. Thomas might have gotten pushed. Bergen got the rebound, and he knocked his man down, and that looks like a good call as well.
And you can see Thomas fell on the smaller Artest, almost able to clean it up, and that was an easy call at the end. But this is because Etan has the ability up there. You see Artest with the discard.
In your words, Ron Artest competes, doesn't he?
He sure does. He gets after it. This is going to be enjoyable down the stretch here. Jimmy Boeheim arresting, plus conserving the foul problems with 3.
So Blackwell back in for the Orange. Charles on the floor. Good pass inside.
That's how they open the game, Dan. Same play.
Yep. That time it was Jesse to Hamilton. Zendon to Hamilton with 18.
That's exactly the way Frank described it. Keep them active out by the foul line, dive somebody in the box.
Archina for 3. Thomas for the rebound. And there inside to pick it up again is Artest.
Nice play right here.
Charles for Hamilton one more time. He is fouled and will shoot 2. And right now Zendon Hamilton is a man on a mission.
That is delightful. He gave it up, filled the lane, and he knows he should have finished. The big guy. Take the hit. Here's the little dive. You see they move him up to the medium post, and it opens up the baseline for that cut. I mean, that's all from Tapas. And then the beneficiary of a great little release and send it in, big fella. Well executed and designed.
Well, you get the sense that the seniors, Hamilton, Lopez, and Tariq Turner, realize the urgency of the situation. That this is their best chance to do something, their only chance, having missed the NCAAs their first 3 years.
Now, what are the odds would have been when they came in 4 years ago? Everybody figured a couple of years would be the NCAA.
That's right.
This is he's got to step up his game a little bit stronger if he's going to earn a lot of Hamiltons.
And with this free throw, Zendon Hamilton has now taken more free throws in conference games than any player in the Big East history, breaking the record set by Daniel Abrams. He has not shot away from Etan Thomas tonight, despite the fact Thomas had 2 blocks in
inside when he gets those touches.
How good can he be? We've seen how far he's come this year.
I think he actually would be a good power forward. I mean, I think
you're talking at the next level.
Yeah, I think he's going to learn how to play. They do a wonderful job with the big guys here. You got Louis Orr and Bernie Fine, but Jimmy and his staff over the years have consistently, I think of Ronnie Cycli coming in, and how he just gets better every single year. And drills and concentration, and there's Gillis Sweetler. He can light it up. He's put a few on since his playing days, right? The Louis and Bowie show.
St. John's on the road, leading by a couple. Now the crowd chanting defense at the other end. 3 seconds to call on Hamilton.
Now that's tough for this region. 9 minutes to go. It hasn't been called all game. That's the Ron smile, my friend. Well, that's the self-control you have to have. His team playing a little bit better right now. Let's see if the Cubes goes low.
Thomas working hard. He's got Artest on him again. A good anticipation by Jesse and a good look ahead for Hamilton.
Nice look is right in. Zenden can sniff the deuce out. He knows. He anticipates at the other end. And Syracuse
on him, too.
Well, he's a little bit excited as well. He should be going to the stretch of the year. But Elvier, we've said what a good passer, but you also have to read. And that's the danger of a big guy making a post entry. Weak side help for support. This is a terrific look at Zendon keeps sending it in.
You know the game. Now get inside it. Log on to NBA.com and reach every team and every player. Explore NBA news and notes. Visit the NBA store. Or chat with NBA players and coaches. Enter NBA.com arena and go courtside for live game audio broadcast and on-screen play-by-play. It's all here. The online world of the NBA. Go to the net. NBA.com.
Every week, Barron scours the investment world for growth opportunities. With comprehensive coverage of stocks, bonds, mutual funds, everything that could affect your finances. Subscribe with your credit card now and get 17 weeks of Barron's for the price of 13. That's 4 more opportunities to turn money into wealth. Get 17 weeks of Barron's for only $39. That's 4 weeks free. Call now, toll free, 800-228-8300. That's 800-228-8300. Imagine a place where you can see the college basketball games you really want to see. Order ESPN Full Court, ESPN's pay-per-view college basketball package, and we'll bring you hundreds of the games you've been missing and all in your own backyard. To order, call your cable company or DirecTV at 1-800-GET-SPORTS.
Championship week heats up. In the Colonial Athletic Association, a chance at the dance. Then the Sunbelt Semis. Colonial Athletic Association Championship at 7, Sunbelt Semis at 9:30. Sunday on ESPN 2.
In tonight's Atlantic 10 matchup, Xavier point guard Gary Lumpkin will try and lead the Musketeers to an all-important conference win over Rhode Island. The Rams are led by Tyson Wheeler, who's possibly the A-10's most prolific playmaker. The crowd will be rocking as the Xavier Musketeers take on the Rhode Island Rams coming up after St. John's, Syracuse.
Felipe Lopez is the guy getting the full-page articles from town to town here in his senior season, but it's Zendon Hamilton who is carrying the Red Storm tonight. Our Bosch storyline reveals that Hamilton's just a rebound away from his Big East leading 14 double-double. Todd Bergen having a good game for the Orangemen, but St. John's, arguably the hottest team of the conference right now. They've won 4 in a row and 11 of 12, leading on the road.
And fast break points. They're sneaking out, taking advantage, making sound judgments. And you are right on top of it, Dan. Zenden has been magnificent. He's very involved. It's key, I think, that Syracuse works against him. Maybe give Thomas some opportunities. They're trying to get Udonis off. He has not even had a look. A sniff. Felipe all over him. There they go.
Thomas split the double. King lost the ball.
Yeah, they keep going. Good things will happen.
Charles with a look for Lopez. Wasn't looking for the pass. Turned around just in time to catch it.
Now, Brand's done a nice job massaging the point position. Charles has learned as he's gone along. Tariq has set the tone. Turner.
Artest. Off for Lopez. 10 to shoot it.
Woo!
Another great pass from Charles inside.
Boy, it's almost like a bowling lane. He finds the 10 pin, huh? Oh, what a nice read. He did this in the first half. ability to get it in. And
the one area they're struggling, though, is at the line is Artest. This is a pair. Bergen for three.
He's been there. He's pointing. He wants the basketball.
Hamilton wants it at the other end. Lopez with just 6 points in this game.
See, that's the wrong guy making the pass. Jesse, yo, let Collins take care of it. It may have been there, but by the time the big guy sees it, it closes.
Yeah. And a timeout, 20-second timeout, called by Fran Fraschilla. Didn't like what he saw. And we're seeing a great performance by Zendon Hamilton. Let's not forget Todd Bergen and his 18.
And you can see St. John's has done this consistently. Hidden behind a little screen, and he's too good from deep. Little knockdown.
Well, back from their stay in Nagano, a lot of Olympians are going to be on the ice as the NHL gets going again on ESPN2. It's Colorado and Phoenix at 9 Eastern tomorrow night. Among the Olympians you'll see Patrick Law, Peter Forsberg, Kachuk. Part 2 of the NHL season on ESPN2. 1-point lead for Fran Fraschilla and the Red Storm. Hamilton. Travel inside.
Good call, too. Get the happy feet in there, and that's what Thomas does. Thomas promises a rejection.
3-4 blocks a game and probably more alters than that.
He sure does. He's trying to duck in again.
Bergen thought about it. That would have been an NBA distance 3-pointer. Here's Thomas over Hamilton.
Good call. I mean, they are riding it now. You got to root the guy out or beat him to the spot's ended.
9 for Thomas, and the crowd on its feet as Syracuse has regained the lead.
Steps two, and no reason for it. Our Fran's upset, but when he looks at the tape, he switched pivot feet. Two empty trips. And he's doing the right thing, though. You got to support your players at this stage of the game. Be confident. You see a lot of that in the snow out there tonight. That'll help.
Well, several thousand braved the weather. 10 to 15 inches of snow to make it to this game. There's been some water dripping on the floor, but it doesn't seem to have had an impact on the game to this point as Bergen misfires on the 3. And Artest leads him the other way.
That's the problem with calling a play. That was a play designed for him. He could have shoot it. And that one maybe just worked, get his big guy involved, Thomas.
Turner back in for Charles at the point for St. John's. Felipe, they get out on him. Turner gets to the foul line, off for Hamilton. And St. John's will get it back, and Hamilton upset with himself for missing a short one.
And rightfully so. I mean, that's one he could make in his sleep. Nice little pass by Turner. Watch the eye-hand coordination, too. That's pretty good for a big guy. Able to steal that one off. So close. And the frustration venting.
Hamilton's got a way of snaking that body of his to the basket without pausing, without charging. And he can draw a lot of fouls as well. It's a ton of free throws.
And he's got a little short corner. They like to go opposite with him. Pretty. Oh, goodness.
Postel on a great baseline bounce pass from Artest.
PP, post up, Postel. And that's been successful going the other way. They bait the trap. Watch this, Dan. They bait the attention. Once you get the numbers on the ball, the dive opens up a passing lane, and also a little exchange of pleasantries there. A little retaliation.
And the fouls piling up for the Orangemen right now. Blackwell's got 4. Thomas and Bergen with 3 apiece. Yanulis out and Griffin back in. 4 to 6 minutes to play, so they're dealing with it. But with Blackwell with 4, they have to keep an eye on that. It's not a very deep Syracuse team. 2-point lead, St. John's. Griffin at the point for the Orangemen. He's out there along with Hart. Yanulis not able to get untracked offensively on the bench here at crunch time.
Double screen
Felipe Lopez in. Stay tuned. Following us, Xavier and Rhode Island. We're going to join them in progress because of the late start of our game tonight. But stay tuned for that. That game has huge implications in the Atlantic 10. Those two NCAA teams are. How about in the Big East tonight? Seton Hall goes down to Miami and wins.
Outbound, Tommy Amaker driving, dripping to the goal and empty. Oh, that is incredible.
What a crippling defeat for the Hurricanes. Second year in a row. They lost to Providence, now lose at home to Seton Hall.
Oh, Felipe for three. Cotton and the dance. Oh. Now that in itself presents some opportunities presented with that post, that foul line area. You got to go out and tag him. Simonya's in that one. Oh.
Well, he says he spent all summer long shooting with Chris Mullen, learning how to be a gym rat, and it's paying off here in his senior season.
Got him. Yeah, if I can only see. I've got the perfect thing.
The Bosch Micro Edge Excel has a revolutionary dual rubber wiping element.
Move to the left a little.
It's the best cleaning, longest lasting blade we've ever made. Bosch Micro Edge Excel, the most advanced wiper system ever.
Beautiful. But I think we lost the headlight.
First of all, I like to run the point guard, you know. Do a little dribbling, like to do a lot of dishing, go to the hole. It's very rare we see a big man my size go to the hole. Playing a little power forward, I like to box out, do a lot of screening. Mean on the pick, you know, sometimes. I run across the pick of mine, you might get a dislocated shoulder, something like that. In the paint, the painted area, that's my house. That belongs to me. When you cross that free throw line, you're in trouble. I like to play for the sport of it. You know, I used to play football, play basketball just to stay in shape.
What if your car slips off the road in Slippery Rock? Or you need the name of a mechanic in Mechanicsville? Well, if your car is insured by State Farm, just look up the local State Farm agent. Almost anywhere you travel, whether it's a big metropolis or just a little one, a good neighbor is always nearby to help. So if your car gets stolen in Thief River Falls, or you have some trouble in Paradise, hey, don't worry about it. State Farm is there.
Been a big night for both big men, really, but mainly for Zendon Hamilton. 21 points already in this game. Thomas had both of those blocks early, and Hamilton didn't shy away at all. He has continued to go hard to the basket and is being rewarded.
I think what Fran has done in a marvelous fashion is get lanes where he can catch the ball and get touches so that Thomas doesn't have the right angle to inhibit his progress or change the shot. He's run the floor a few times. He has been solid. But defensively now, I just think they got to get to the foul line. So get Thomas involved and do some dribble drive.
Hart trying to get by Turner. Yanula's back in the game. Finally gets an open look and leaves it short. Thomas the rebound. And the foul's going to go on LeVar Postel.
Well, you can't relax. I mean, that was foot speed. And he was outside, got himself to the rim. Great aggressive rebound. Nice little call, too, for Yanula. That wrist still a problem.
Is that the first time he's really had to look like that?
I don't remember him open all night. That's how well he's been guarded. Well-designed play.
Team doing a better and better job of shooting free throws. They were down in the low 60s back in late December, early January. They have shot in the low 70s since then to bring their numbers up close to respectability.
Thomas at 60, nice rotation, confident. And it's a shame. Yanula's got the look. He's not the same with that ability to release, that follow-through so necessary.
The lingers. Thomas 4 for 6 from the line tonight. He's into double figures in points now, right near his average. And got the bounce.
Well, full court pressure, first time all night. Trying to contain, get a trap.
Test could really help them in this department as well.
He can handle and find.
Lopez hit a 3 last time down the floor. Passes it off here to Turner.
A little man by the Cuse.
Turner on Blackwell, and Thomas got a piece.
Very tough shot with the left. Got to get great English going the other way with it. Should have been a kick out.
Bergen to buy our test, who catches him now. Griffin back in for Yanulis. A lot of confidence shown in the freshman by Behi. The Hart misses the jumper. Bergen up high for the rebound.
Well, anything big, it comes through him.
Thomas. And a foul underneath.
Send him with the body once more. Syracuse right now exploiting, taking advantage. A couple of offensive rebounds.
And Thomas right back to the line again. It's the 10th foul on St. John's, so from here on in, Syracuse shoots a couple. Here's the block at the other end.
Now here's the problem. She's going where it should be a righty hook, or at least a righty extended shot and a kick. You got the support underneath and a guy who is magnificent at stepping out, getting in position. One of the great rejectors.
Down to a 2-point game, just over 4 minutes to play between two of the best teams in the Big East, two of the Big Four, if you will, along with Connecticut and West Virginia. Turner gets inside. They force Hamilton away from the basket.
A little side pick and roll here. Their mainstays.
Lopez goes the other way. Now comes back to use it again. Tough three. Postel for the rebound.
Nice play. Good hustle. Blackwell. Well, I think they're going to timeout call. But wait, you got to have possession to call the timeout.
No timeout granted.
That's the problem. The France fans in, I call the timeout, but you got to have the ball.
And now they give it to him, or now is he just calling it?
He asked for it again.
Now he asked for it again. So it is a held ball and St. John's ball, and then Priscilla will go ahead and take 20 anyways. Tomorrow on ESPN, we begin with number 1 Duke taking on Georgia Tech. This is a very big game for Tech. In the postseason, and then Georgetown heads to South Bend to take on Notre Dame. Doubleheader of action tomorrow night on ESPN.
Big game for both of those teams,
yep.
too. Now, you think of Tech, you got North Carolina State, you got Wake, all hanging around. I mean, this is it. Clemson, another one hanging around.
What about Florida State?
Yep. I mean, that conference everybody deems the toughest. And Randy's trying to fight his way these last 3 minutes. And that's how they eliminate the trap below the foul line.
Turner guarded by Hart.
Hart good at stealing the basketball. Nice pass, and Hamilton a little dive, and then the stroke, send it in.
23 for Hamilton on a great feed by Turner, and St. John's back up by 4. Griffin looking for Thomas down low. Spins to the baseline, lays it in. Nice little touchdown there.
Well, he deserves more opportunities. Don't you think, Dan?
Oh, yeah, shoot 64%. Give him the ball.
Give him the kill.
14 on the night. Crowd on its feet.
They got a 5-second call. Well, Hart didn't steal it, but he caused the turnover.
There goes the tie.
Yeah, he's very upset.
Doesn't look like the same guy who told us he was playing with house money back before the game. Once they start the game, things get a lot more serious.
And I love Ronnie Rollins. I mean, he's such a sound influence to him. Tommy, same thing for Louis. Think of the game, getting Fran back in focus, or Artest gets the little small changer.
2 shots for Blackwell. Double bonus for Syracuse the rest of the way.
And you can just see the little hand check in here. Let's see, right here. Yeah, little body rub.
Blackwell at the line, a 67% shooter on the season. If he hits a couple, he ties the game.
This has been terrific, hasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Nice plays, good exchanges.
These are the kind of teams that could meet again in New York in a semifinal or final of the Big East Championship. Connecticut's on top of the mountain right now, but there are 3 other very good teams.
And looking to take a shot at it, too. Ryan, 67% free throw shooter, too.
Missed them both. Sheena up on the bench, waving a towel, trying to get the fans up on their travel as Postel with the ball was sliding across the floor. Shot clock did not reset, obviously. They never got near the basket. It's down to 8. And Lopez travels.
I did not see that one. But maybe there was some action as he got to the rim, and it could not fall on the sliding across the floor. That's 2.
He's favoring a foot or an ankle on the way back. He is walking gingerly on that right foot.
And he only took 2 steps.
Syracuse again can tie or take the lead with a 3 as we near the 2-minute mark.
And they should go inside.
Bergen looked for Thomas, but he got up in the air and got in trouble. Nothing there. Artest, speaking of nothing there, at the other end. And now he's hurt.
That one should have been kept out.
Left knee bothering Artest as Bergen ties the game. What a big sequence up and down that was for Syracuse.
Well, you see how Bergen tried to take over. The first one didn't work out so well. But a big lift there. And then not good judgment by St. John's. They're looking for the timeout.
A senior-laden team, the Red Storm, but they might not have played in a game as big as this one in the last 4 years.
Now, the size of Artest, he feels he can elevate and make it, but maybe one more bounce, he could have gotten the proper release, but as he fell, he ends up holding his leg, and this is just a big-time onion little knockdown. He wants to take over. He's not thinking of Thomas at all.
No, he's got 20, Tom Bergen does. Tie game, a minute and a half to play.
How race car driver Bill Elliott eats a Reese's peanut butter cup. Awesome. Clear. There's no wrong way to eat a Reese's.
Phone Patrol from 1-800-COLLECT.
Attention, citizens! 1-800-COLLECT is now 10 cents a minute every evening.
10 cents a minute? That's cheap.
Isn't saving money fun?
1-800-COLLECT, 10 cents a minute every evening.
When it comes to choosing the right motor oil, let's make something perfectly clear. Introducing 3 new oils from Quaker State, specially formulated for the vehicle you drive. Synthetic blends for hard-working engines and high-horsepower engines. A full synthetic for ultimate engine protection. Extra filtered with patented micro-Q filtration to ensure your oil starts clean for a difference you can see and trust. So when it comes to protecting your vehicle, why take a chance? Quaker State. The choice is clear.
Providence, Rhode Island, a 20-18 lead. Tyson Wheeler off to a real good start. Hit a couple of threes. They gave him some room, and he buried it. Wheeler on the night, 8 points on 2 of 3 shooting. Let's get back to Syracuse. Dan Schulman and Bill Raftery for the conclusion of St. John's and Syracuse.
Well, you might have expected this between two so evenly matched teams. Very similar records. St. John's and Syracuse tied at 63 with a minute and a half to play. Grant for St. John's, Blackwell for Syracuse, each with 4, and double bonus both ways the rest of the way here in this game. So it may be decided at the line. And Syracuse right now, the better foul shooting team of these two. St. John's has struggled tonight. Big night for Hamilton. Thomas with a good game in the double figures. He's got 3 blocks as well. Todd Bergen has had a very strong game. And away we go.
And Lopez being guarded by Bergen. He usually will get a touch to him.
Tough shot for Felipe.
Quick.
Not the kind of play that Frank Priscilla wanted to see out of a timeout.
A nice screen, get set, and then break the guy down. You don't have to get the quick turnaround release.
Place a little rough. Most fans who brave the weather to get here are enjoying their time. And if Syracuse can take the lead, they'll explode. That's rebounded by Hamilton. On the miss by Bergen.
And they did a nice job playing Thomas and then pushing off Turner so they couldn't get the post pass down there.
What do you look for here?
I think once again, Felipe, maybe with the dribble this time.
Got Bergen on him. Artest open inside and draws the foul.
How about that screen? And Artest able to dive to the box against the man-to-man. And Felipe, he rushed the last one, but nice composure that time. It's up and down.
And for Blackwell, it is his 5th foul. Take another look.
See the screen away? All execution right there. And they're trying to figure out the assignments because they send him getting a blow. Grant in the game. He'll probably play Thomas. Test. Let's see whose matchup might be. That could be key. What a big tip back out.
LeVar Postel with the play of the game to this point.
And spread with anything real late. Don't need it. Well, so much for what I know, huh? As he stepped up, though.
Artest to the bucket again. They need a three-pointer to tie with the shot clock turned off, and Jim Boeheim needs a timeout.
You would expect Lopez. At this point in the year, Artest feels confident enough to do a lot of things. Just amazing. The ability to get into traffic. We talked about his dribbling ability. Great understanding to get smaller guys' strength to get by. And you mentioned this one. LeVar Postel up big. Magnificent tip back. And Freddie saying, use it all.
You know, those guys, the Postels, the Dwayne Jordans at Seton Hall, never get the attention, and coaches love them.
Isn't that the truth? Jordan, even the West Virginia game after watching, he did some nice things inside. But right now, at 25, you can go for the quick deuce. Let's see if they do it real quick, because then you can give it. And they're going to go for 3 to Bergen.
Bergen and Unulis, the best three-point shooters they have. Now Bergen goes inside.
And they say Thomas hit it last.
Yep, St. John's ball. Now, unless they get a quick steal, they'll need a quick foul.
They got to go trap and give it right away. Oh, my goodness.
Now, finally, Hart just bumps into Lopez. They had Postel trapped. Maybe wanted to get the ball out of his hands. He's a better free throw shooter at 82%, but 5 big seconds came off the clock.
They should have done it right away in the initial trap here in the corner. And what Fran Fraschilla wanted was all the white shirts were down. They could have gone over the top, used a little more time. One is important.
Lopez misses the first. If he misses the next one, it's still a one-possession game.
Got to get it in Hart's hands for the quick push if he misses it.
Got it. 4-point game.
Just got to contain him. Don't foul on the deep one.
Hart. Artest close to him. Griffin for 3. Knocked around. Bergen has it, lays it in with .4 of a second to play.
And they just have to inbound it.
They're already hopping around and cheering. St. John's looking for its 12th win in its last 13 games. They win this to beat UConn on the weekend. They are the #1 seed heading into the Big East tournament. Lopez touches, and the game is over. A huge road win for the St. John's Red Storm, beating Syracuse 67-65. St. John's by 2 for Bill Raftery. I'm Dan Schulman. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. St. John's wins on the road. Let's send you to Dave Sims and Jay Billis.
Thank you, Dan Schulman and Bill